Hey there, TRW crew. Matt Vassallo here with the RhinestoneWorld.com. So I posted a shirt the other day on a Sting baseball shirt that I made, and I just wanted to show everybody how I created this design in CorelDRAW and the TRW Stone Wizard. So we had a lot of questions of how you got the text like this to have it where it's missing at the top here, kind of showing at the bottom. And then also if this was a custom text here with the baseball or what font it was. And actually it's just a font that we used and then kind of created something pretty cool with it with a couple different features. So we had two different options here. We have one where we have kind of this little logo off to the side here, and then one where it's top to bottom. So once you get them created, it's your choice as far as which one you like better, or you could have their logo in this area, whatever you want. We actually created one similar to this where it had the team logo down underneath here as well. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to create something like this. Now I'm using CorelDRAW X7 in the TRW Stone Wizard version 2.14 in this tutorial. So I'm just going to click on my text tool and I'm going to type out Sting. Okay, so that's the team name there. And the font that I used was this Bolster Bold. So pretty cool font, and amazingly enough, it's the exact same font that I used for both of these. I just put in a couple features in CorelDRAW to make it look cool. So I'm going to show you exactly how I did that. So if I have my Sting here, and I'm just going to go ahead and first I want to get this look to it. So I want to get kind of that italic look. So you can see this font doesn't have an italic. So for me to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here in our custom toolbar in the TRW Stone Wizard. I'm going to click on Envelope, and then I'm going to do this straight line one and hit Add New. So it's going to pull up my different edit nodes to be able to adjust this actual text. So if I hold the Control key and grab this corner, I can just drag it and you can see both of them move at the same time. So I'm just going to drag it a little bit. Don't need it too crazy. And I'm going to go a little bit more than that maybe. And I would say we are pretty good right there. Maybe go back a tiny bit. So I just want a little bit of an angle on it. That looks pretty good right there. Now what I can also do is tighten up my text spacing just by hitting my right arrow and my left arrow. So I can tighten that up a little bit and see the S and the T, maybe a little bit too much spacing there. Click on the text spacing and you can still adjust that S to that T. But the way it's set up right here, I'm going to keep it the way that it is. You can even, if you double click, so if I went and I converted this to curves, okay, I clicked my convert to curves button, you could also do it this way. Double click there, highlight both of those nodes, hold control, and you can bring the T over a tiny bit if you want. So there's a couple different ways that you can do stuff like that, and that's when it's cool to learn these different text spacing features and nodes and envelopes. You can create some pretty cool, unique designs. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my rectangle tool, and I have my locks on, so it's locking to these different points here. So it's going to lock to the bottom of my S, and it's going to lock to the top of my G. Okay, I'll change the color of it, turn it to orange, and send it to the back, just so you can see what I'm working with here. Now I do want to make sure that it gets inside those paths just a tiny bit. So the way that I did that is I'm going to get it out to about the size we're going to want it, about 10, a little over 10 inches for the guy's shirt. I'm going to click on this orange. I'm going to go to place and fill, and I'm going to do a very slight little contour to the inside. So if I hit island fill, you can see it did a very slight little contour to the inside. So that orange right there, we actually don't even need this anymore. I can delete that orange. Now I'm going to highlight all of this, and right here I'm going to hit back minus front. So that's going to do the back minus the front, and that part of it's done. So I can change it to black, get rid of my outline, and there's my first part of the Sting logo here. Okay, so pretty cool and very cool because it's real easy to weed. It makes the weeding process a whole lot easier, but gives you a cool look as well. So now I'm going to use the exact same font, and I'm going to type out baseball. And let me click on that font again that I have saved over here. And I'm going to adjust it right up into our area that we want it here. And stretch that out a little bit. Let's make it a little bit bigger here. And we have our baseball there, okay? So with this baseball right here, you can see, well, that's not the same. It's completely different. Well, that's where I did one little quick tool here and added something to it. So what I did is I just grabbed my rectangle tool again, same tool we used before, and I'm going to go from this line to this line, just a tiny bit past it. You can see I went a tiny bit past each one, and then we're just going to stretch it from there all the way over to here. So they're actually going, and you can see it's just a little bit past each of them. So it didn't do much there. I can change the color if you want so you can see what I'm working with. Now highlight both of them. Remember that tool that we just used a minute ago, back minus front? Bam, there it is, and there's that custom font for you. So we just added a line through it. Very easy to read it, but gives it kind of a cool effect. Now what we could do is we want to actually get it into separate colors. The way that I did that, pretty simple, is to click here, and in the wizard, I'm just going to go ahead and go to my Edit tab, and I'm going to copy selected. So now I have two of them directly on top of each other. I can go double click, and I'm going to delete all of the nodes on the top right here real quick. So you can just see I'm highlighting all of them. I got all the top nodes deleted. And then I'm going to select the bottom one right there. And I selected the opposite one. So now I'm deleting all the nodes on the bottom there. Now what you can see what we have here is these are actually split apart now. This I can turn to the orange, and that's the black. Right? Okay, so now we want to make this cool little baseball player here. What I would do is I would just bring in one of our vector designs right here. So this is a vector design that we sell on the website that's a vector baseball silhouette. Let's go ahead and rotate it 90 degrees, ungroup it, and I'm going to get rid of these little cut lines in here. So I'm going to delete those out real quick. We don't need those. Now I just have my baseball player and my baseball grouped together. Shrink that down a tiny bit. I'm going to grab a rectangle tool again. Imagine that. We're using the rectangle tool again. We're going to drag this a little bit off to this side, a little bit off to this side. We want basically probably about the center right there centered on it. So we're going to go this kind of dot kind of over, but the bat extends out. So maybe a little bit more this way. Okay. So I would say that's centered pretty well. I'm going to look in here, and his hat is slightly going into it. That's what we want, okay? Slightly going into it there for his helmet. And then the bottom, his toe is slightly going into it, but we would want his foot to as well. So I'm going to double click on his foot here, and we want to edit some of these nodes as well, okay? So the difference with this is when you click here, we have the box, okay? Now we have the guy here that we have converted. So it's grouped right now. So when I double click on it when it's grouped, it's not going to let me edit. If I double click on it when it's ungrouped, it will let me edit these nodes, okay? So if I go back here and select both of them and just weld it together, that's the easiest way to do it because now I can double click and see all the nodes that I can edit. What I'll actually do is select all those and just pull his foot down a tiny bit. Not much, just enough to go out past down that bottom line. All right, so you can see it didn't change anything with his look. Everything looks great. Now we're good to go. So check this out. How easy is this? I'm going to click on this box, click text spacing, and I'm going to hold the shift button and round all these corners a little bit. I want this to be rounded to look nice right there. And then I'm going to come over here and select the Smart Fill tool. I'm going to fill this area and this area. Don't worry about the color right now. Come up here to the top. Let's just change it to blue. This area and this area. So we're completely done with that now. Highlight it all. Right click on my X. That got rid of the little outlines. Now this black right here, we don't even need him anymore. He's done. And anything back behind there, that original box that we created is done. Now we're good to go. So we have this green and this green that let's say we want to make it orange now. And this area. I'll click on the inside, shift clicked out here and turn that black. And we can go ahead and weld them together just to make sure that they're all one object. So you just created an awesome looking baseball player logo right there. Shrink that down into our area right here, and you can decide which one you like best or which one your customer likes best. I think that looks pretty sweet right there, but you can see we basically redesigned this exact design right there. Let's get it out to, I don't know, 10.4 inches. Nice size for a men's shirt. Highlight the design. Let's see what it looks like on a men's white shirt. Why not? We can in the wizard. Click on our mockups, go to our men's. We got a TRW logo, front design. Click on that design right there. It's going to drop it in there perfect for us. Let's make sure we have a white background back there. So that looks great. Check out how nice that looks on the shirt right there. Let's change that to a black background, and that looks sweet. So you see how the background's pulled up different colors? You can edit all of that. Let's change our product background, which is the shirt, to black, and our design background to white because we want it going on a white shirt. So go back to page 1. Let's do that same thing again on this long sleeve shirt, and bam, there you go. Pretty sweet looking, nice and simple, sleek looking design that a lot of the guys, I'm pretty particular on my designs as far as what I'll wear on a shirt, and this is something that looks nice and very modern that I think a lot of your customers are going to like as well. So you can do it for any mascot name, anything you want. Come back to page 1. We could highlight this part. Let's group it together. Let's enlarge our baseball part of the design to that full width. And then this right here, shift click on to the black baseball, hit C for center, and it's going to center that perfectly. Highlight the design. Hey, why not? Let's give them another option. Here's another option with the little baseball player underneath. So now you have 2 separate options. Which shirt do you like best? It took me, what, 5 seconds to add a completely different option for them? But pretty cool looking. We love the look of this design. Very popular. Makes it very easy to weed it as well. And it's going to obviously save you time and make you some money. So hope you enjoyed this tutorial video on the TRW Stone Wizard version 2.14 and CorelDRAW. If you do have any questions, we do have over 1,100 tutorial videos on our YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure, please, to comment below. Let us know what you think of this video. Let us know if you think this is a design that you could sell to your customers. Do you think you could sell a shirt like this to one of your local baseball organizations? Or it doesn't need to be sports as well. You can do it for anything you want. But using these different features, it's pretty amazing that we used the exact same font here, but they look completely different as well. So get creative, learn some of the tools. You can create some pretty cool designs that are going to obviously help your business. So please like the video if you liked it, comment below, let us know what you think of the shirt, let us know what you think of the design, and more importantly, let us know if this video helped your business. So if you do have any questions, make sure to give us a call. The number is 941-755-1696. This is Matt with the rhinestoneworld.com, and you guys all have a great day.